Welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus. The Minnesota Vikings just find themselves in dire straits at tight end position. So we're going to look at 5 free agent tight ends the Minnesota Vikings could sign if certain players on the roster cannot step up and Irv Smith Jr. is absent. Before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids, drop hashtag LiftBridge in the comments. LiftBridge Brewing Company is the sponsor of our channel and this video. Hit them up in your local liquor store. And hashtag LiftBridge will get you in a drawing to get a $50 gift card to their online store. So hashtag LiftBridge, follow us on Twitter, and yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. All right, so 5 Minnesota Vikings potential targets at tight end, guys who are still available. As we all know, Irv Smith Jr. Was hurt and had surgery on his hand. He'll miss the entire summer, so hopefully he'll be back for week 1. But again, just another injury in a long list of injuries that have kind of derailed Irv Smith Jr.'s career and his potential to this point. But let's get on to it, because really, I mean, are we comfortable with Johnny Munt, Zach Davidson as our 1-2 punch at tight end? I don't think so. So let's see who the Minnesota Vikings could find out there on the waiver wire. Let's start with the guy we've been talking about in plenty of videos. It's Eric Ebron, the former Detroit Lion first-round pick, the former Pittsburgh Steeler. Last year, he was placed on IR in late November. He played in like 8 games. He ended up catching 12 balls for 84 yards and a touchdown. He's 6'4", 253 pounds, still just 29 years old. Eric Ebron, he's had some good years. He's had some productive years in the league. He come in, he's a crafty veteran. He's still athletic, he can catch the football. So he's definitely probably the top guy on the list of Vikings should really consider, assuming that he is healthy and healed from his injury that placed him on IR last November. Let's go to another old guy. We got a couple old guys on this list. First one, let's talk about Jared Cook. Last year, he was with the Chargers. He's been with the Saints. I think he had a stint with the Titans, who actually originally drafted him. I'm sure I'm missing a few other teams. I think he was with the Rams. He's 35 years old. But last year for the Chargers, in an offense that had a lot of weapons, 48 receptions, 564 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So again, he's old, but does he have one more season in him? Hell, even a half a season, just to give the Vikings a veteran presence on the tight end depth chart until Irv Smith comes back. Jared Cook, not a bad option, even though he is almost as old as I am. One guy I do want to talk about who isn't on this list is Blake Jarwin. A couple nice years in Dallas. Apparently, he is still recovering from an injury and is not expected to be ready for the start of the season. That's probably a big reason why he's still out there. So don't think that works for the Vikings. They need somebody who can help out week 1 and really just the first quarter of the season, especially in case Irv Smith Jr.'s hand injury does linger. So I'm gonna take Blake Jarwin off the list. So let's go with Jesse James, a huge target. He's 6'7", 157 career receptions, 1,522 passing yards, 12 touchdowns. He's just 28 years old. This guy hasn't been with great offenses. He started out in Pittsburgh. But he's been with Detroit. He's been with Chicago. Not exactly explosive passing offenses. So in a better offense, he could be more productive. You like that size. That's Zach Davidson size there. A little more refined. 28 years old. Jesse James, not a bad option for the Vikings. If they do want to bring somebody in, I would be on board with that. All right, let's go to the next old guy on the list, and it is Jimmy Graham, another 35-year-old man. He started 6 games last year in Chicago. This is Chicago in a horrible quarterback situation with Justin Fields and whatever scuzz buckets were out there as well. He got 14 balls for 167 yards. He did score 3 touchdowns. Again, he's a veteran. He could pick up the offense pretty quickly. He's been in the league forever. So, again, a guy, 35, I still think he's got a few good games left in him, and that's really all you need at this point. He could teach the young guys a lot just from his knowledge and being in different offenses and being around forever. He knows what defenses are doing. A guy I think could be almost a player coach on this team, Jimmy Graham. Why the hell not? And speaking of why the hell not, we have one more guy on this list. It's former Minnesota Viking, Michael Pruitt. He's actually been a Viking twice. They drafted him. He ended up with the Bears. Came back for the Vikings for a minute. He's been with the Tennessee Titans, and when this guy shows up on the field, he tends to produce. He got 14 of 18 targets last year. It's a pretty damn good percentage. I can't figure out that math. It's pretty damn hard, but 14 for 18, 3 touchdowns. Just give this guy a shot. He's only 6'2", but Michael Pruitt, He's just kind of guy who makes some plays. So worst case, everybody else is gone. Let's bring back Michael Pruitt. Who gives a shit? Why not? Let's do it. All right, so those are 5 free agent tight ends the Minnesota Vikings could bring in if they do decide to go that route. Let's hope they have the answers on the roster already. And Johnny Munt, Nick Muse, Zach Davidson, Ben Ellison, and Sean Byer. But I don't know, not feeling great about any of those. Let me know who else you guys would like to see brought in by the Minnesota Vikings. Do you think they'll actually sign someone? Remember, hashtag LiftBridge should get entered into the drawing for the $50 gift card. And remember to always keep your skull in your hole.